All right, folks, so we're going to talk about some big-time Royal Rumble spoilers and the plan going into WrestleMania 34, okay? So, before I go any further, this is going to contain spoilers that I received for what the WWE plan is going to be for this weekend's Royal Rumble pay-per-view, as well as going into WrestleMania, what the matches are going to be. Now, this was told to me earlier today, but this is what was planned as of last Tuesday, okay? So, because of that, plans may change. WWE has a history of changing at least one of the finishes of the matches the day of the show. So, always want to preface that by saying that nothing is ever really final, but this is what the plan is as of right now. So, here's what I know. You ready? Ronda Rousey, earlier today, had pretty much confirmed she would not be in the Royal Rumble. Now, as far as I know, that is actually true. As of right now, the planned winner of the Women's Royal Rumble is going to be Nia Jax, and the WrestleMania match that she will be wrestling in will be Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, the alternative talk had been for a while that Asuka was going to wrestle Ronda Rousey. And that may still happen, but as far as I was told today, that is also being changed. I believe the idea behind giving Asuka the armbar finisher was because he wanted to build up to a Ronda match, and that may still happen. But I was told today Asuka will be wrestling Charlotte at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, what I don't know is how they're going to get Asuka over to SmackDown. That's one thing I don't have the idea for, but that's what I was told. Now, you may be wondering, well, what's up with Ronda Rousey? So, the plan as of right now is to have Ronda Rousey involved at WrestleMania in some kind of a mixed tag situation. I don't know the exact participants, but if I were a betting man, I would say it has something to do with what they built up at WrestleMania 31. Go back and watch WrestleMania 31, that segment in the ring during that event with Ronda, and that may be what we get, but nothing is finalized yet with Ronda because The Rock has not been finalized yet, but there's been talk of The Rock being booked to at least appear at WrestleMania, but we don't know if he's going to actually wrestle. This is all dependent on The Rock. Again, this is all very preliminary, and if The Rock does wrestle, that has not been signed yet, so as of right now, it's just discussions going on between the two parties, and the plan was to go with Kurt Angle versus Triple H, but if The Rock is involved, Triple H may be involved in that match. The Kurt Angle versus Triple H match was booked back in November. That's when they originally planned to do it. As of right now, that's still kind of being discussed, but I'm being told that's no longer like the solid cemented plan. Now, you might be wondering, what about the WWE Universal title match, the WWE title match, and the Men's Royal Rumble? So, the WWE title, AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is injured. All right, so I'm guessing Sami Zayn will work most of the match, and as of right now, AJ is still booked to go over. That's the plan right now, but that may change because they might want to swerve us. The idea of AJ's WrestleMania opponent, as far as I've seen, is probably going to be the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble. And as of right now, I do not know who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble. But I can tell you that Roman Reigns is not booked to win it as of right now. The plan being that Roman's going to win the Elimination Chamber coming up in February. And then he'll earn his shot against Brock Lesnar. Because as of right now, the plan is still for the Universal title, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. They're going to do a rematch of 31 at 34 in New Orleans. So the talk has been to have Shinsuke Nakamura face AJ Styles, and I know that was discussed back in the fall of having AJ and Nakamura in a big WrestleMania match. I don't even know if it was going to be for the WWE title back then, but now that's once again being talked about that Nakamura may win the men's Royal Rumble, but again, I'm not saying he's going to, but I'm telling you that AJ is going to go over. Now, one thing I will also tell you about the three-way between Lesnar, Strowman, and Kane is that apparently there's going to be some kind of big stunt with Strowman. There's going to be some kind of big stunt, some big spot that Roman Reigns has, or not Roman, did I say Roman? Strowman, Braun Strowman. There's a big spot with Braun Strowman, and apparently something's going to happen. I think Brock's going to pin Kane to retain the title, but there's going to be some kind of big spot that he's been practicing for a few days now going into the Royal Rumble match. So there is that. Now, WrestleMania plans, all right? Here's what I have for you as far as the WrestleMania main event card, or not the main event card, the WrestleMania card. Nothing is really set in stone except for what I'm about to tell you. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. That is still the plan as of right now. Roman's going to get coronated once again. And I know some people aren't going to like that. But the idea is that as of right now, and I keep saying as of right now because there's going to be a lot of things going on in the next 3 months as far as Brock Lesnar's contract goes. It's going to be expiring the night after WrestleMania 34, okay, on that Raw. So we don't know what the future holds because Brock, as of this video, has not re-signed. So the idea is he's going to drop the title to Roman Reigns on his way out. That's the plan. But again, things could change if Brock does re-sign, which is what happened last time. When Roman and Brock wrestled at WrestleMania 31, Roman was supposed to go over in that match. But because Brock re-signed and Vince got cold feet on Roman, they changed the finish and gave it to Seth Rollins doing the cash-in, which was good. But this year, that's still the plan. Braun Strowman versus The Miz is a match for WrestleMania right now in the books. I believe it'll probably be for the Intercontinental title, but that is the plan going forward. This was also this feud kind of began, back during the TLC match, in October or whatever. And going forward, this is supposed to be the plan. This is the big Miz WrestleMania match against Braun Strowman. Now, I already mentioned the women's matches that I was told about, which is Charlotte versus Asuka and Alexa versus Nia Jax for the two women's titles. Surprisingly, they're not going to do multiple women matches, but like a 4-way or a 3-way. None of that this year from what I'm seeing, but again, that could change, and I think it probably will. Also, John Cena versus The Undertaker is still the plan for WrestleMania. They did not shoot the angle on Raw because they didn't want to give away the Royal Rumble finish because Cena will not be winning the Royal Rumble. And if they book the Taker-Cena match now, people are going to say, oh, well, Cena's not going to win the Rumble, and it's going to kind of kill the suspense. So the idea for the angle is going to begin either at the Rumble or after. I'm presuming that the Cena-Taker angle is probably going to start after the Rumble. I'm guessing maybe sometime in February, but in the meantime, Cena will be working with Elias on all the house shows and a little bit of TV. So Elias and Cena are going to feud, but Taker-Cena is the match for WrestleMania. So those are your 5 matches for WrestleMania. The Ronda thing is not finalized, but it's being talked about. Triple H and Angle was planned. That could change. I suspect that Kurt Angle will still wrestle at WrestleMania in some capacity. And that's what I have for you on this video. So let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, Nia Jax is booked to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Also, some surprises too coming up. Lita will be one of the surprises in the Women's Royal Rumble match. I don't know about the other ones, but Lita is going to be one of them. I know a lot of freaking old school wrestling fans remember Lita because she was super popular during the Attitude Era when she was with the Hardys and even after that. So she's going in there, and that's going to be interesting to see. Also, I know some people have been asking about Enzo and the allegations of the story going on. Let me explain something about Enzo. The investigation is still going on with Enzo, but I will say this. Whether or not he's innocent or guilty, the issue was that Enzo did not tell WWE that there was an investigation, and because he kept his mouth shut, it still pissed off WWE. Had WWE known this was coming, it may have been a different story, but right now, they're not happy with him. And the thing about Enzo is he doesn't really have a lot of friends in the back. A lot of people don't like Enzo Amore. And talk about the wrestlers in the back. So if Enzo is found innocent, in this case, if he did not commit those charges, I do see WWE bringing him back at some point. I definitely see that happening. There's been talk about Enzo going off and doing some other stuff like music or whatever, but I could see it happening. But as of right now, the case is still being, there's no charges yet, but there's still an investigation going on. And remember, you have to take it seriously. Even if there's people lying about this, you still have to take this very, very seriously because it's a very serious charge, very serious allegation. So anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if I get any more information, I'll definitely update you here on World of Geekdom if I have time to upload the video, like if I can. Because if I get the information late, then, I can't help you. But check out my Twitter, twitter.com/EmperorBigD. And if I get anything else, I'll let you know. Thank you so much. Hope you'll have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Hope the Rumble's awesome too.